Hey guys, Merry Christmas and welcome to my 2019 Christmas pickups video. Now before I show you all the really cool stuff I got for Christmas, including gaming related items, I want to show you our pop culture Christmas tree. It's in our game room upstairs where we keep our consoles, our big screen TV, our DVDs and all that kind of good stuff. Topping the tree is Survivor because Ryan's a huge fan. And obviously I'm a big KISS fan. Wrote a book about the band, Encyclopedia of KISS. And let's just go around and look at a few ornaments before we get to the pickups down below. The awesome stuff my family got me for Christmas. We're big fans of superheroes and we like comedy films like Vacation. And we like cartoons and all that fun stuff. We're big into the pop culture scene. Chris loves her some Friends, as does Katie, and Ryan and I are fans as well. I really like when Sheldon popularized the Flash t-shirts on The Big Bang Theory. I've been wearing Flash t-shirts since the early 90s with the John Wesley Shipp Flash TV show. Katie and I are big Archie fans, but for some reason Kirk doesn't seem to care for him too much. He's shooting their thermos. Anyway, there's probably somewhere between 100 and 200 pop culture ornaments on here. It's fun. We put it up every year. We have a regular tree downstairs with more traditional ornaments, but this is just fun in the game room. Kind of makes a nice environment for watching movies and playing games this time of year. All right, so let's get to the pickups. For starters, this awesome Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads tribute t-shirt. Now, this commemorates the Double Live Ozzy album, where it pays tribute to the late great guitarist Randy Rhoads, tied for my favorite guitarist of all time with Ace Frehley. And Ozzy's my favorite rock star, favorite singer of all time. So, love this shirt. Massive KISS fan, as I mentioned. And it mentions the USA Dynasty Tour from 1979. Now, when I was in 6th grade, it was during the KISS Dynasty Tour. I was around 12 years old or so. And KISS was coming to Fort Worth or Dallas. And a friend of mine, Bill, was going. And he said he was going with his cousin, but his cousin might not be able to go. And then I could have his ticket. I was like, wow, I was so excited. And of course, the cousin ended up going, and I didn't get to go. And I didn't get to see KISS until 1984 with the Lick It Up tour. And by then, they had taken their makeup off. But it was still a great show. And then finally in 1996, I got to see KISS in makeup when they did the big reunion tour with original members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. So that was awesome. Big KISS fan, as you can see. Got some KISS cereal, which is awesome. Got a little Demon Gene Simmons Funko Pop in there. And I'm going to show you some rock and roll pickups and other things before we get to the gaming items. Grateful Dead calendar. Big fan of the Dead. And it's got some really neat artwork. Kind of cartoonish, but not too much so. Just right, hitting that fine line. Excellent. Big Deadhead. I'm a huge fan of the 60s and 70s rock and roll. Got some Who action going on here. Big fan of the Who. Really nice coffee table book with lots of great pictures. Black and white and in color from all Who eras. I love their psychedelic, early stuff. And their all through the 70s and even the 80s. Great stuff. Big fan of the Who. And Chris and I mentioned the Dead a minute ago, we went to Wrigley Field in Chicago to see Dead and Company, which is 3 members of the Grateful Dead, plus John Mayer on, fronting the band as a guitarist and singer. He does most of the Jerry Garcia songs, sings those, and just an awesome band. It was a great gift from Chris to me to see Dead and Company. She always wanted to go to Wrigley Field, the baseball stadium. She's a big sports fan. And obviously loved the Dead, and so it was great. It was a really fun night. Moving on, this Arrowverse magazine is great. I've been watching the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover series. That's been super cool with all the references to the older. There's references to the Superman movies from the 70s and 80s. There's references to Smallville and on and on. It's just a really neat crossover. Have to wait for the last 2 parts in January. I got 2 great movies, Festival Express, which was a big concert, traveling concert series in Canada in 1970 with two of my favorites, Janis Joplin and the Grateful Dead. I also like the band and Buddy Guy as well. And this is a really interesting movie. It's The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, starring my favorite athlete of all time, Dr. J. He was one of my childhood heroes. In this movie, I'm sure it's going to be, you know, cheesy now, but back when it came out in the 70s, I absolutely loved it. Has Dr. J, my favorite athlete of all time, as I said, and has Stockard Channing, who had kind of she was in Grease. I kind of had a little bit of a crush on her as a kid. And I remember watching this in Arkansas with my cousins on TV back in the day, and I haven't seen it since, so it's really going to be interesting to see that. So let's get to the gaming stuff. I got a miniature version of the old Mattel Electronics handheld basketball. I used to play that all the time. My brother had that, and I had football. We played the heck out of these games. It's neat to have this little miniaturized version with the keychain, or as a key ring. And the Super Mario Brothers mug. Now, I won't be drinking out of this. It looks like it would probably spill out the sides if you actually tried to drink it, but it's going to look great on the shelf. Really love the classic NES cart design, so that'll look good on the old gaming, either in my game room or my office. I haven't decided where yet. And I've got a Switch, so I got this Super Mario Brothers themed Switch controller. And I've got some friends that have this controller that said it works really well, and it'll be a nice alternative, you know, to the Joy-Cons that you hook to the controller attachment. This will be a nice replacement for that. Very, very cool. Big fan of Super Mario Brothers 3, you know, which is the artist themed after, and, you know, one of the, probably the greatest NES game of all time. And last, but certainly not least, is this really cool Pac-Man board game. Now, I have the original Pac-Man board game, you know, from the early 80s, and this will be a nice supplement to that. Includes authentic arcade sounds, and so I'm sure the family and I will be playing that later. My kids, Ryan and Katie, and my wife got me these presents. Awesome. We had a great Christmas morning. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Christmas with your family as well, and it's been a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I will talk to you guys later. See you next time. Peace out.